of us are interested to go and study in India because of the experience that you would get there. Anything else that students are looking for, like in their journey, 4-year journey, or even more in India? So the second thing that you'd get through the study in India program is quality education. The other thing that you will also get in the Indian education, the whole package, is the scholarship program, right? So a lot of us, I believe, that are here today to know more about scholarship, to get that scholarship, right, to bag in that scholarship. So what kind of experience, let's talk more about experience, right? Like what kind of experience you would get in India. So the main thing is you'd see a very huge and culturally rich place, right? India is a large country, and that is the same reason why you'd see like so many cultural difference in the India itself. So even if you are coming from a very different country, right, like you will not feel lost there, because there are so many culture, people are like so welcoming, you love it there. The other major part in experience that you gonna face is the food, right? Like Indian food, you can find it all over the world, and many food from many part of the world. Like you can find like French fries there, you can find European food there. So there are, so even in the food context, you will not miss your home. You'll get something very close to your heart there, right? Like in India. So coming to quality education, India, so you should already know about this, because like you have been exploring about India, you are interested in going India, right? So the quality education there is very par to so many developed countries right now. There are many good colleges there which are considered to be one of the top in the world itself. And finally, scholarship, right? Like, so all of us want scholarship. We do not want to pay for our own education. If we get scholarship, that's a very good thing, and India has been providing that through their study in India program. They give you almost like $3,500 scholarship per year, and this money will help you like cover your admission fee, tuition fee, lodging, fooding, everything like that, right? And if you select certain colleges, like one of the colleges is KIIT. So if you select certain colleges like this, the whole amount, the whole $3,500 will cover all of your expense, and even like they will provide you a laptop for free. And once you get all of this experience, quality education, and scholarship, the door opens wide. Like in India, the door opens wide. There are so many good companies, they are always looking to hire for more people, right? So all this will help you get a very good secure job in India. So yeah, that is like mainly about studying India program, what you will get, how will you get it, what kind of like experience you would have, right? You'd have a very diverse and a very enthralling experience. So today we are only going to take an introductory class. We are not, this is not the real preparatory class. Like the preparatory class will start from tomorrow, right? Like we are just getting giving a hint to all of our students how the class gonna look like, so that our students can manage those 2 hours per week, so that like they can be completely engaged in the classes and get as much as they can out of it, right? So coming to Indian-SAT exam structure, right? Like I am now seeing the questions that are coming up, right? And we will cover like all of these questions. The only we are presenting might be very different than what you are expecting, but bear with us, bear with us. We'll answer all of your question, we'll get you completely prepared, right? Like we would introduce ourselves, you will get to know us, we'll get to know you, right? Like we are friends. So all of those things will happen. So the second thing we want to talk about is the Indian-SAT exam structure, right? Because this is very important. Without giving an Indian SAT exam, without clearing that exam, you cannot go and study in India through Study in India program. So you must know how they conduct the exam, what is the structure, what is the timing, all those sort of questions, right? So let's get started with the exam structure now. The first thing is the exam is online. So what does online exam mean to you? It means that you must have a computer with you, right? It could be a desktop, it could be a laptop, or you can even go to a cyber cafe and then like join from there. The second thing is, since it's an online exam, you must have a camera attached to your computer. So these two are the basic. Like if you don't have those right now, you need to like try to manage them as soon as possible. And if you also see the exam is proctored, what does this mean? This means that there would always be someone who would be looking at you, right? Like who would be looking at you through that camera. They could ask you to turn that camera around. They could ask you to show your room where you are leaving, if there are other people helping you, all those things, right? So though there will be people keeping an eye on you. So you need to be careful about that too. The whole exam duration is of 90 minutes, so you have to make sure that you have sufficient time, you have separated at least like 90 minutes in a distraction free environment. There is no one around to disturb you, because you need to focus completely on the exam for those 90 minutes, right? And you would get 90 questions. So you can see it's a tough exam because you have to solve one question in a minute, and the exam is designed in such a way that it will test various of your skills. The questions, the 90 questions, all of them would be in format of MCQ, which means multiple choice questions. So the options would range from like 4 to 6 in number, and you might have to select like a single correct answer, right? Or a multiple correct answer. So they might ask you to select like a single correct answer out of 4, or like some 2 correct answer out of 6 options. But all of them are objective questions and with the multiple choice given, right? And there are like many tricks on how to solve this multiple question. We would be covering all of those. Not today, we would cover some of them today, but throughout our classes, right? Like throughout the whole course. So let me just go through the questions one. Yeah. So there are like very good questions coming up, right? And we will cover all of them as we go through. So I'm just covering those questions that I can answer right now in this particular slide, but I would like go and cover all of these questions. So let's talk about subject-wise distribution, right? Like what's the syllabus, what do we need to study, all those things. So there are 3 main sections. Verbal. So verbal is basically like trying to gauge your English command, right? Like it's trying to see how much do you understand, communicate, and read, right? Because you need to read a lot of books there tomorrow. Like if you join an engineering program, there will be a lot of books to read, and all of those are going to be in English. So it's gonna measure your English command. The total number of questions is 40, and of 1 marks each, right? So the total marks is also 40 again. The quantitative section is mainly about math, and this math will range from your 7th grade to 10th grade. The total number of questions is 25, and the same thing again here, 25 and a mark each, right? So total 25 mark again. The logical is a very interesting part of Indian SAT exam, because you would not have studied the logical in your high school or your school itself, right? But this will mainly test your thinking capacity, how you think, what you think, right? Like all those things, how you have basically trained your brain. Like the logical reasoning question will test on that aspect. And the total number of question is again 25, and a single marks for each of the question. So total we have like 90 question and 90 marks, right? Like 90 into 1 for each of them. And if you remember the earlier slide, you need to solve all of this in 90 minutes. So if you do a normal calculation, you will see that like you would have 1 minute for each question, but this is not true. This is not true. We would show you why today. Now moving ahead on the same line of subject-wise distribution, right? Like so if you give a right answer, you will get like a single point. For wrong answer and for any unattempted, there is no marks. So what does this mean? This means that like you have to attempt all the question. This is the main idea. Attempt all the question. Do not leave. Even like let's say if you have some 20 question to be unsolved and you only have some 2 minutes left, right? I do not want you to be in such situation, but if you somehow ended up there, what you need to do is like you should, my suggestion is like you simply randomly like pick some answers, because like you do not lose marks for a wrong answer. And even if you guess right, like you might get some answer, but we would teach you how to manage those 90 minutes to solve those 90 questions easily.